Hi everybody, today I'm bringing you this layout with a photo from the Scott Kelby International Photo Walk. Scott Kelby does a photo walk every first Saturday of October every year. And this is the gang that I went out with. In cities worldwide, people go out on that first Saturday and they take photos, and there is a photo contest. I never entered the photo contest, but it's just a fun way to go geek out with a bunch of other photographers, some more amateur like me and others who are professional. We had about half amateurs and about half people who are professional photographers in our group. And it's just kind of fun, and sometimes it's kind of cool to ask questions about, what people are looking at, and then you can see how differently they see. Anyway, I've cut a background frame out of the polka dot background paper from Simple Stories Posh. It's called Follow Your Dreams, and everything on this layout is going to be from Simple Stories Posh. What I discovered there when I cut the second piece of paper, which is really my background, was that I cut it uneven, so I didn't have a square, I had a rectangle. I absolutely loved this color blocked heart paper when I first opened this collection because I bought it online. That was the one piece of paper that I knew I wanted to use. It has a silver foil in between the color blocked hearts. It's awesome and amazing. I think I did one layout with this collection before, but that was the one piece of paper I knew I wanted to use on something. So when I did the second layout, I decided I really needed to figure out a photo to use this. And since I was doing something I loved, taking photographs, it was appropriate that I use this paper for that. Now when I do these frames, sometimes I gut the paper and sometimes I don't. It depends, but because I have a limited amount of this collection and I wanted to get the most use out of that dark background, because I do tend to like dark backgrounds for my frames, I decided to gut the paper. That heart paper is from Posh and it's called Laugh Lots, just so that you know that. Then I took this polka aqua dot paper from the Posh collection and I made a mat for my photograph. That paper is called Love Life, and that I really liked the coral paper in this layout, but I didn't like the photograph on the coral paper. It made it look too red. So by using the aqua dot, I separated it, because at one point I thought about putting the photograph on the coral, but it didn't work out once I looked at it. So sometimes you need just that extra little buffer between the two papers. That coral paper is actually the back side of the heart paper. So again, that is called Laugh Lots. And I had to use a whole sheet of that heart paper. So now if I flip it, I actually do have a little bit more of it left if I want to use it on another layout. Now I'm going through the collection here, and what I'm doing is I'm actually looking for a journaling card, and I can't find anything that I want to use because they're too big. I was looking for a 3x4 journaling card, and I don't know that there are any 3x4s in this particular collection. I can't believe it, but I wasn't finding anything. Maybe it didn't come with the collection pack. I know that for sure because I don't have it. But there were 4x6s and 4x4s, and it just wasn't right. So I know I want to journal about this, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. There's lots of fun cut aparts there, but not anything that I can use. So I'm trying to decide. I kind of like the sentiment on that card, but because I have the other coral there, that doesn't work. I think I had pre-cut that out for something else. So now I'm going to try maybe using this name badge. It says hello, my name is, and that was a Simple Stories printable on the Simple Stories blog that I just downloaded, and I actually then printed a copy of it out right away. I do save these downloads, so at a later date if I want to reuse something I can do that, but I usually print at least one copy of each of the downloads I do so that I've used them at least once and they don't just sit in my on my external hard drive as a saved file. So the thing about that is it's too big. It's taking up as much emphasis from it's as big as the photo basically. It's just way too big, and it's dark, so you're seeing that versus the photo because it's a little bit more simple. So I'm going to decide that I don't want to use that. And I'm going to try again to figure out something else to do. What I'm doing is I have a basket just off to my left, and I keep my most used embellishments, things like die cuts and that kind of a thing, in it. And when I went through it, I saw this tag and I really liked it. I decided that I was going to use that. The one thing I didn't like is it was so long that it almost was almost sitting at the same space on the bottom. So I'm kind of playing around, can I do something else? And this comes, I keep a bunch of 3x4 cards on my computer, so, or not on my computer, next to my left hand there. If I could only find the words. So what I decided to do to shorten that up, because I thought it was too big and was taking away too much from, it was emphasizing taking too much emphasis away from the photo, is I just cut off that navy or royal blue part of the tag, and I'll save that for a future use with this particular tag. That tag is the one thing that's not from Posh. It's from Ellie's Studio, the Sunny Days collection. It's a Bits and Pieces, which is their ephemera from Sunny Days. I didn't buy the Sunny Days collection, but the ephemera went really well with other summer collections that I had that not much of, I didn't have much left of them, so, or much left of the embellishments, so that worked out great. I took that chipboard camera from the chipboard sheet, which is from Posh, which is called the chipboard stickers, and I like that. I liked getting that navy camera on there because this is all about a photo walk, so it totally made sense. Now what I'm doing now is I'm working on the title there, and the alphabet there is from the Simple Stories Posh combo cardstock sticker sheet. So there's a navy alphabet on that sheet. And I decided I tend not to use sticker alphas except as subtitles. So I decided right away that I would use the alpha so that I had at least one good use out of it. And I know I want to call this Photo Walk Crew, but I was just kind of checking the spacing there to see if I could get the word crew in. Otherwise, I was going to change it to something about the photo walk itself. But I love now, I used a lot of letters on this title because it's a longish 2-word title. And I now have used the stickers at least once. I think I used them twice already. I think on the next layout that I did after this one, which is already complete, I just haven't done the voiceover yet for it, I used that same alphabet again. So yay me for actually using the letter stickers that come with a collection. The reason I think I don't do it is I tend to like dimension in my title, and these letters are flat, so I just need to get over it and flat out use them. Flat out are anyway. Now it's time for bad jokes. So I like the way things are laying out pretty well, except I thought that I was a little bit too much to one side of my layout, so I'm moving it really slightly, which is silly, but that's what I'm doing. I'm not moving it very far, but I am moving it a little bit. But I like that placement now. And I have my basic cluster done now. And now I'm deciding to move it down a little bit because when I look at it, I decided that the title was too close to the top there. So I didn't go down quite as far as I thought I was going to when I first decided to move this, but I still did go down. All right. Okay, so now I've got my title up there and I just need to put that in. All right, and I'm starting basically from the middle of the title when I'm putting these letters down. I obviously use my wax paper to kind of position it because, you know, then I can kind of get the spacing a little bit more right. And since the word Photowalk is so big, I knew that would take up the largest amount of space. And then I'm getting the word crew down as well, because sometimes I think when you take, even when you use wax paper, because I don't always do it like hold the wax paper right there to make sure the spacing of the letters is exactly right. So sometimes I end with a little bit too much or not enough space in different places. So I'm just checking that with the word crew right now. And that way I'll have portions of both down so I know it'll be okay. The spacing, that is. And I like these letters because they're navy, which that's hard to find navy. A really good dark navy like this. I know that they make thickers and blues and things like that, but the only really good navy alpha I found was one that was, they were smaller letters. I don't remember the font name, but they were from one of the Crate Paper the Crate Paper Poolside collection. That had an awesome navy alpha, but I was only ever able to get one pack of those, and they're little, so they're great for subtitles or just titles in small spaces. And I'm pretty much through that. You know, I think I've MacGyvered lots of letters. So, all right. So then what I'm doing now is I saw that aqua floral die cut from the Carpe Diem Bits and Pieces, or the Posh Carpe Diem Bits and Pieces. So Carpe Diem is the planner part of the line. So it's the Posh collection within that planner part of the line. So I found that, and I really like that tucked under the photo there. And then I have that banner there. And the banner says plan on it, which makes sense from the planner collection, but I worked it into a scrapbook page. And that, I'm going to put that up there and then work on finding something else to go there. I also, after when I was putting this away, found two little circles, and they're going to go up near the beginning of the title. So look for those in the still shots, because I don't think I show that on camera if I remember correctly. And then I took a brad from the self-adhesive brads, from the Posh self-adhesive brads, that little check mark there. And then I used the enamel dots from the Posh collection to put a dot over the hole where you normally put some sort of string or fiber in the tag. It was something a little bit different, and then I didn't have to worry about stringing fiber through. And I like how that brings a little bit of that pink color into the embellishment part of the layout. So now I'm just checking to see if there's anything else that I want to place on the layout. And there's not right now. Like I said, look at the end, because I did find some things. So I'm going to journal about the Photowalk, and then I will show you a still shot and some of the detail shots from the layout as soon as I am done. Hope you are all well, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye!